Hafa. My name is Ella Escano, a junior attending the University of Guam, majoring in chemistry and biology. During our WSU campus tour, we were given a warm welcome from all of the WSU staff, as well as some amazing WSU merchandise. We then transferred from building to building, learning the history and purpose behind each. A fun fact that we learned about WSU through this campus tour is that the famous Cosmic Crisp apple was invented and engineered at WSU. After our campus tour, we were greeted with the island spirit and had a welcoming fiesta at Rainy Park with students at WSU and Pullman community members from Guam and Saipan. We took a tour of the Eggert family organic farm. We saw all of the different organic produce that they produce, such as lettuce, apples, cherries, carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, herbs, and flowers. They don't use any non-organic fertilizer and any pesticides, and spoke about how each crop plays a part in the overall health and usefulness of the farm. For example, the cherry trees act as a windbreaker for the ground crops, and each crop that is planted helps provide nutrients in the soil for the next season's crops. The highlight of that tour was watching how they wash, pack up, dry, and package all of their lettuce in order to sell to their buyers. At the VetMed Veterinary Teaching Hospital, we learned how the students of the veterinary program at WSU apply the skills they learn. They showed us a simulation room and told us the process on how students get evaluated during a simulation exam. It was interesting to see how realistic the simulation props were and how much detail went into making the experience feel real. During the WSU fashion program presentation, we were able to see the materials that students use in order to craft their designs. We learned that this program promotes a trash and fashion runway, where each student creates a piece made from upcycled pieces and presents it at this runway event. At the food science presentation, we learned more about the major, its importance, and what jobs are available to those who choose that path. After that, we took part in an interactive activity where our team had to create a new flavor of ice cream. Our team, UOG Baddies, came up with a Pretty Potato Paradise ice cream, which is a sweet potato shaped and flavored ice cream that had marshmallow ribbons and a creme brulee topping. Although our team did not win, we felt proud of our creation and results.
Hafa, my name is Lisa Salisbury. I am a sophomore attending the University of Guam as an agriculture major. On this tour, we visited Wazoo's ice cream and cheese making facility and retail store. We saw how cheese and ice cream are made on site and had a few samples too. We started our day visiting the entomology department. There we were greeted by Joel Gardner and Rich Zach. Mr. Zach is a frequent visitor to Guam and the Marianas to study various insects in our environment. We were shown the various specimens in Wazoo's entomology collection: spiders, butterflies, and centipedes, to name a few. Most specimens are from the Washington area. After, we were able to see and handle live specimens. We handled a few different bugs, the very delicate stick bugs and the not so delicate Madagascar hissing cockroaches. After the entomology department, we toured the USDA seed house. The facility consisted of a group of greenhouses used to produce and test seeds in the collection, and the storage facility where seeds are categorized, filed, stored in a large refrigerated vault. After a welcome lunch break, we visited the Knot Dairy, a facility that supports Wazoo's livestock research and teaching in animal science. We toured the facility and met the cows. We learned how studies using technology will help to solve problems in livestock farming, specifically the emissions of methane gas and how this can be minimized or repurposed in a sustainable way. The dairy is also where the milk for both the delicious ice cream and cheese for Ferdinand's comes from. Truly, happy cows make better milk, which makes the best ice cream and the tastiest cheese. Our first stop of the day was Wazoo's Bear Center, the only grizzly bear research facility of its kind in the US. It houses about a dozen grizzlies, combining research, education, and conservation under one roof. During our visit, the Golden Girls, the center's older female grizzlies, were out playing in the yard. We watched handlers demonstrate how they train the bears using honey water as positive reinforcement. We even saw samples of bear-proof cooler testing, which served as a reminder of how strong these animals really are, cute and dangerous. WSU's Wine Science Center was our first stop outside of the Pullman campus. The facility is 2.5 hours away, located on the Tri-Cities campus in Richland, Washington. It's a large and modern building that houses classrooms, research laboratories, and a winery, alongside beautiful spaces like the atrium overlooking the vast research vineyard. This $23 million building was funded in part by the Washington State wine industry, which relies on the research provided by the university. Students get a hands-on experience in enology and viticulture, providing the educated workforce needed to keep the wine industry competitive. Also housed in the facility is the wine library. Here, specialized wines are kept, preserving historical vintages from Washington State producers, also tracking flavor profile changes over time. It's a beautiful space that mixes natural beauty and technology.
Hafade, my name is Gina Benico and I am a senior majoring in human nutrition and food science at the University of Guam. The team visited the Irrigated Agriculture Research Extension Center. The Research Center has an integral job of collecting agriculture research and providing education to the farming industry and community members. Here, the team saw a presentation on field technology that they use to monitor weather and the temperature of the climate to help growers manage their fields and crops. Additionally, the team got to learn about the research that they did for nematodes. Nematodes are found anywhere that houses living plants, and it's important to research them because they can cause damage to plants. The Terra Blanco winery houses a beautiful facility where they grow grapes, harvest it, and turn it into delicious wine. The team toured the grape vineyard where we learned about two types of grape varieties that they grow: the Syrah grapes, which is an earlier ripening variety, and the Cabernet grape, which is a slower ripening variety. The vineyard does not use pesticides, chemicals, and fertilizers, which means that everything is done naturally. The team was able to tour and learn about the fermentation process, which is a laborious process that can take up to 5 hours to complete. The last tour we did was the storage room, where they aged their wine in oak barrels for about 3 to 4 years. Next, the team toured the Northwestern Washington Research and Extension Center. In the center, our guide shared about the history, the staff, and the research that was done in the facility. Afterwards, we heard several presentations from different graduate students and their current research. For example, one graduate student shared about her research on the potato pathogen Verticillium. She taught the team the life cycle of the pathogen and the process she went through to identify its presence in the soil or on the potato. Another graduate student shared about her research on soil aggregates and explained that plant health and human health have some sort of connection with one another. The team toured the long-term research field where they grew a variety of crops. The Discovery Gardens was a vision that was made possible by the Skagit County Washington State University Master Gardeners Program. The garden showcases several flower varieties, garden varieties, and tree varieties that are open to the public to tour and be inspired by. The Discovery Garden is a place that demonstrates and teaches the best practices and techniques for gardening in the Skagit area. The team was able to tour several parts of the gardens, including the Rose Garden, which houses over 40 varieties of blooming roses, the composting area where the chipped prunings, browns, and greens are combined to make nutrient-rich compost over a few months, the greenhouses, which is busy in the late winter through spring as master gardeners start to seed and take cuttings for new plants that are used in the garden or sold at the plant fair, and the Children's Garden, which houses a mulberry arch, and kids are able to play hide and seek or snack at a small picnic table. The Discovery Garden houses a large pavilion where the volunteer master gardeners gather to have lunch, provide educational activities, or provide workshops. Next, we met Don McMorrin, who helped run his family's business of farming spinach seeds and other crops. We visited about 3 of his farmlands and we were able to see his field crops up close, which were acres and acres of spinach and grass seeds. We then visited his storage of combines, which are very large machines that cuts, threshes, and cleans grain crops in a single pass. Some of these combines were priced from $300,000 up to $500,000. Additionally, the team was able to tour his shed that housed a large pile of seeds that were harvested from the fields. One of the standards that the McMorran farm complies to is that the seeds must be at least 98% pure before it is sold to the market.
Good everyone, my name is Juliana Uy and I am a biomedical major in my senior year at the University of Guam. One of our destinations was the San Juan Islands, where we took the ferry and learned about WSU Extension and their 4-H program. 4-H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health, and we learned how children from ages 6 to 18 can participate in projects ranging from agriculture and livestock to STEM, rocketry, and arts and crafts. Volunteers are important to keeping these programs and their county fair running. These programs not only teach agricultural skills, but also give young people opportunities to develop leadership and become more involved in their community. We also visit a garden maintained by volunteer master gardeners, where the produce they grow is harvested and donated to a local food bank. It was interesting comparing their growing practices with Guam. For example, their sweet potatoes were covered with black tarp to capture more heat in Washington's colder environment, while in Guam, we may use mulch and wood chips to help keep them cool. These practices could potentially be implemented through UOG to teach people more about gardening and community agriculture. At Dr. Carol Miles' lab, we learned about her different projects involving tea propagation and cider apple mechanization. At the Puget Sound Food Hub, we learned how regional farmers can list their available products while customers such as grocery stores and restaurants can purchase them, allowing the Food Hub to serve as a one-stop shop that connects local farmers with their customers. At Viva Farms, we met Elma, who toured us around the farm and introduced us to their role as a farm incubator, providing beginning farmers with land, resources, training, and market support. Students can also receive class or internship credit through their Sustainable Agriculture program, where they manage half an acre of land and gain hands-on experience in farming, budgeting, and selling at markets. Finally, one of our highlights was visiting the WSU Bread Lab. We toured their research lab, baking classroom, and pantry, which contained different small grains such as barley, wheat, buckwheat, and quinoa. What I found especially interesting was how the Bread Lab connects agriculture with food science and human health. We learned that their grain research considers qualities such as flavor, climate resiliency, and nutrient composition. Dietary fiber was especially emphasized because when grains are heavily sifted, the fiber-rich outer portions can be removed while much of the endosperm is retained. We also listened to a presentation on research comparing the effects of dietary fiber from large and small grains on the gut microbiome. To end our visit, we got some hands-on experience by making our own pizzas using dough made with 30% amaranth flour. We shaped the dough ourselves, added our own toppings, and of course, got to eat the pizzas afterward.